Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yana Angel and today I'm going to be sharing with you tips on how I was able to get 6 distinctions during my trial examinations in Matric 2024. Yes, during the trial examinations, I know. You can stay. Let me tell you guys on how I was able to do that. So you're probably watching this before writing your trial examinations or during the process of writing them or even during the June holidays. But it does not matter when you're watching this, even if you're writing your finals, because the tips still apply and no matter the grade that you're doing, even if you're not in matric. So the first thing I did during my June holidays was to reflect on all the work that we had done from term 1 and term 2. Because time moved fast, I was not able to know everything perfectly, yet I did it. So what you want to do is to look at all the work that you have covered and try to see what you perfect, what you're still trying to get. From there you will be able to see what you're supposed to focus more on and what you need to focus less on, basically. So this will give you a head start on where to start when you want to start studying, because you can't just study term 3 content without knowing what you have covered in term 1 and term 2. So what I did is I gave myself a week during my June holidays to know the things that I didn't really know very well before I moved on to the term 3 content. The second thing that I did was to look at my trial examination timetable. So because it was a national timetable, I looked at it and then I only wrote down the date of the subjects that I did in high school. And then this will give you a head start to know what you need to prioritize first, because you can't focus more on something that you're writing towards the end instead of focusing on something that you're writing way too sooner. The third thing that I did was to not underestimate topics because they are easy. Do not do that. Instead, if a topic is said to be easy, it's where you actually need to focus more on, because when you focus on the easy topics more, it's like now you're trying to master them. And if you're mastering them, then it's like when you get into the examination room and write that section, it's like, yeah, you know that you're definitely getting these ones. For example, because what I did last year is I used to underestimate number patterns. So now when the number patterns came in the examinations, it's like, this is easy. But then when I was writing my trial examinations, it was a different kind of number patterns. And now that I'm looking back at it, it was actually a very easy section. So if a topic is said to be easy, it's what you should focus more on and focus on mastering that topic so that you definitely get those marks. Stop focusing more on the hard topics. Not that you shouldn't do them, but like don't put in too much effort and end up neglecting those easy ones. Because now when you focus more on the hard topics, it's like they change the way of setting them. You could memorize this way of answering that question, and then the next time it gets asked in a different way, and then now you're like confused. For example, I have examples. So for example, in mathematics paper 1 question 1.3, I will never forget these things. I used to ignore them when practicing. I used to skip those parts. When I did past papers, I used to skip question 1.3 because they were so difficult and they asked them in different ways each time. So it's like now I'm wasting my time. But if you know that you have mastered all those simple ones and now you wanna get everything, well, you won't get everything. People do, but now if you really want to get more marks, that's when you can start focusing on those. But the first thing is to definitely focus on the basics. Master the basics before you go upwards. Another thing that you guys should be aware of is the fact that when the examiner sets that trial examinations, they're going to be like, okay, they did this from this certain topic from term 1 and they also did it in term 2. So now it's like in their minds they're gonna be like, they should master this topic. So now when they set for the trial examinations, know that they are gonna get creative. They are gonna want to make it hard, and they are gonna give it a lot of marks, the topics that you did from term 1 and the ones that you did in term 2, because in their minds it's like, you've been doing this repeatedly. For example, Newton's laws in physics, they're gonna be like, you've been doing this from grade 11. You have to know it. So now you must prepare, and do not underestimate Newton's laws, okay? Don't underestimate the easy ones. I'm going back to that fact, because now it's gonna be like they're trying to trick you, considering the fact that you have been doing it for a long time. Another thing is that when you know your exam timetable, you will be able to see what you are writing first and what you are not, and what you are writing towards the end. So now you have to create a study timetable. I didn't like study timetables, but okay, just have a routine on how many subjects you're gonna study per day. How many hours are you going to study each subject for, or minutes? So what this will do will help you to be able to balance your things out. For example, I will always reflect back to my matric, guys, so that you don't do the same mistakes that I did. For example, what I did last year, term 1, I was focusing more on the core subject, the difficult ones, and then I ended up neglecting life orientation. Then when the results came, I got a level 6, a 70 something. Now my heart is like, how can I get 70 something in life orientation and get 90 in physics? That does not make sense. Have a minimum number of subjects that you want to be able to study per day. With past papers, guys, please, when you do past papers, it's like, get a collection, maybe get trial examinations from 2016 to 2019. Then you focus on the question ones. You answer question 1 from 2016, 2017, 18, 19. And then you mark, because then you'll be able to see your mistakes on one topic, because now you're focusing on one topic. So now you'll be able to see where you commonly make mistakes and things like that. And then again, you go to the question 2s from 2016 to 2019, like that. This helps you to focus on one topic per time and be able to notice those minor mistakes that you'll be making in the examinations and you're not even aware of. Another thing is to attend those extra classes. I know you're tired, or you feel like maybe extra classes are holding you back. But what extra classes did for me is that, especially in life sciences, I was able to notice a lot of mistakes that I did, or maybe keywords that were outdated and I was still using them, but the current memos were no longer making those correct. So you will never know everything. You attending those extra classes will definitely help you to realize those small mistakes that you are not even aware of, and they are costing you a lot of marks. And this is the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching up to this far. I hope you're able to learn a thing or two from this video and you found it very educational. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I will definitely answer you. And if you also have your own study tips, please share them with us, because we still need those. Don't be greedy. Uskaba greedy. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.